place where I belong. I see all those party lights shining ahead, so someone invite me before I drop dead. So, give me a chance, 'cause when I start to dance, I'm a movie star. Something inside of me makes me move. When I hear that groove, my mom tells me no. It's like a drummer inside my heart. So, don't make me wait. One more moment for my life to start.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Close.
Hi everybody, welcome to Trending with Katie. I am here tonight and the boys are in pink. I was just in pink, but I had to change because we just came from Ed Mangano's event for breast cancer for the Pink Pumpkin Patch. It was absolutely beautiful, and if you were there, you saw the free mammographies going on and the pink pumpkins that decorated the lawn. It was absolutely beautiful. So right now I am here with Dorothy from Cactus Hair Salon and Sam from Hand and Stone Spa. So they're both going to be doing tutorials. Sam will be showing me and showing everybody out watching different hand techniques and creams and everything to help for the fall season. And Dorothy will be showing anyone who doesn't know how to French braid,
Yes.
correct? How to do a French braid. I know I don't know how to do a French braid, so this will be a learning tutorial for me too. So welcome you guys onto the show.
Thank you.
Dorothy is going to start, and then Sam's going to jump in, and I'm going to bounce back between questions between the two of them. So what are you doing to my head?
I'm going to do a French braid.
Okay. I'm sorry, my hair is super naughty. I just came back from the event. It was totally windy outside. If you've been outside, Sam, you can set up what you're going to do so we can... My hair is really oily. It gets like that. And do you recommend any different shampoos that might be good?
Absolutely. For oily hair, I always recommend a volumizing shampoo.
Okay.
I like Matrix, Amplify it's called, and it works really, really, really well with the oily. A lot of times teenagers have that.
We're having a couple technical difficulties. I am sorry about that. Bear with us. We're going to keep going. Is there any, so what are you doing? Because I know I don't know how to French braid. The hardest part for me is to start at the top. I know how to braid regularly.
Yes.
But
it's easy when you, it's harder to do on yourself, but there are people who do it.
okay.
It's just a matter of, you know, adding the pieces, adding more and more pieces as you go along.
Okay.
And pulling from the scalp, really, that's it.
So do you start at the top of your scalp and you
Yes.
just start
And I'm
braiding
going to do it going down. I'm going to turn your head a little way with it. We're going to go down to the side, and we're going to bring it down across this way.
What's your best advice for how long, because I know you work at Cactus Hair Salon,
Yes.
What's the best times for me to get my hair cut where my hair isn't, so I don't have any split ends?
Well, I always suggest 6 to 8 weeks in getting a haircut because that way you're just taking from the bottom and you're just taking a little bit. You don't have to take too much off. And then what happens is your hair grows from the root and not from the ends, and that way you keep your ends healthy, and then that way they don't break, so then that way it grows down.
Because I do straighten my hair every day, mostly every day. I know it's not good for you. I get yelled at all the time. But for anyone that straightens their hair, do you recommend them going more frequently to get their ends cut?
Absolutely. And I do recommend not flat ironing your hair more than once a day if you're going to do it.
Okay.
It's very important.
So what cactus do you work at?
I work at the Deer Park Cactus.
The one on Vanderbilt?
Nope, it's the one on Deer Park Avenue in the
Okay.
Starbucks Shopping Center.
I am horrible with directions for anyone who doesn't know. I am very sorry for mistakes I will make. But I know Cactus does a lot of updos, and they do cuts and everything. They do a variety of things, correct?
Yes. We also do makeup.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do it there myself.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
You don't, so what do you mostly, mainly, I was combining the word. What do you mainly do at the salon? I can't speak today.
I do everything. I do color, I do cuts, I do makeup. Formal styling is definitely a passion of mine. I do a lot of prom work, a lot of wedding work, and I've been doing hair for 22 years, and I enjoy it every day.
Well, I know they say that if you enjoy what you're doing, you never work a day in your life.
Absolutely true.
So while Dorothy's finishing up my braids, Sam, thank you for being here.
Anytime,
So
of
explain
course.
to me a little bit where you work and what you're going to be doing.
All right, well, I work at Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa.
Where is that?
It's in Comac, right on Jericho Turnpike,
Okay.
in the Dick's Sporting Goods Shopping Center,
Okay.
right next to Oleo's. We do massages, facials, waxing, working on tanning. We offer a whole bunch of different services, and right now we're actually featuring a pumpkin spice scrub, which
Oh
we use
my
for hands and
goodness.
feet. It's amazing.
Pumpkin is my
Sounds nice.
favorite.
Yeah, are we ready? Give us a smell. It smells fantastic.
Wow.
For those of you who cannot smell this jar, it is absolutely
It's incredible.
amazing. I love pumpkin. I
Yeah.
love everything pumpkin, and especially fall during this time of year. It's great to have. So explain to me what you're going to be doing.
Okay, what I'm doing is a basic hand exfoliation. What the scrub does is it takes like the dead skin cells off and gives your skin like a nice smooth finish.
Okay.
And then we also have a nice pumpkin buttercream to go with it, so it gives your hand, it moisturizes your hand and gives it that nice smooth touch.
Okay. So
Erase
can
it
people
with you.
buy these in the store?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We actually sell them just like this, and it's about $13.50 a piece for this. I believe it's 10-ounce little jar, and we also do in-house treatments. So it's a $15 treatment for an extra 10 minutes, and we do a hot towel massage as well as the scrub, exfoliation, and moisturizing.
So
it's
how
really
would that
nice.
work? Do you need to get an appointment? Do you need to call? Can you go in?
Well, we always accept walk-ins. It's always better to have the appointment so that we can guarantee you that time slot.
All right,
We
so
do-
let's do a quick tutorial on
Okay,
this.
you got it.
Because we need to wrap it up.
You got it.
Yes, we have a very busy show. Before we cut to commercial, Sam's going to do a quick tutorial on how to do my hands. So for those of you watching, if you buy the product, you just take the exfoliation cream, which I think she has. I'm trying to do this
is
as
a
best I
scrub.
can.
This is a scrub.
Start scrubbing your hands, correct?
Exactly. You just want to get a nice little scrub going so it lathers up a little bit, and you can feel it, right? Do you feel how like that the little sugar crystals in there?
Yeah, you can feel it's about
Yeah.
this consistency.
Great.
Then you're just going to
You're
wipe
just
it
gonna
off?
wipe it off.
Okay.
Okay, so just get that first little layer off.
All right.
Might put too much on. It's okay. Okay. Just gonna wipe this off real quick, and then we do a nice little moisturizing, and then you are all set.
How can people reach you? Can I call? Can they drive in?
They can call. They can come and visit anytime they want. We love visitors. The phone number is 631-462-1010 if anyone ever wants to come in and make an appointment. And we're open 7 days a week. We're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And Dorothy, also tell me, how can people reach you and
Our
best times?
phone number is 243-5927, and we're open Tuesday through Sunday.
Well, thank you both for being on the show. We're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your #1 resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the #1 supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your #1 resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the #1 supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
Hi everybody, I hope you didn't go too far. We are back. I am here with Heather from Plato's Closet in Comac. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to let Heather do a better job at explaining what Plato's Closet is. But in my short terms, it is absolutely fabulous. I get almost all my clothes there. This dress is from Plato's Closet. And I'm going to let you do the explaining because you're probably going to do a better job than I am. So what is Plato's Closet
Festival 2 weeks ago, I think. So that was fun. Yeah, we had a great time.
I know that. You know why? Because one person is saying, look in camera 2, look here, look there. And this was the Tom is telling Jerry.
They come in, we check them in, we explain how we work. We sell things for 50 to 70% off original retail, and we buy it from the customer for about 30%. So we have all brands from name brand stores in the mall, like Abercrombie, Hollister, Forever 21, Macy's. We get Free People. So it's a really awesome store at not retail prices.
Right, and I'm sure everybody loves that because, again, Free People and Abercrombie and all these stores can be super expensive. And I know personally shopping for school and shopping for different season changes can really wear your wallet, and it honestly kills my mom. I'm sorry, Mom. But Plato's Closet is honestly a newfound blessing to us because I have shows every week, and I need different dresses. I need different outfits, different styles, and honestly, I think my mom has gone there once a day every week, and it's been absolutely fabulous. The prices are great. As Heather said, the clothes are great, and they are not used at all, some of them. Some of them are new.
With tags. I got this Michael Kors clutch brand new with tags for $18.
Oh my God, I'm gonna like pass out. Michael Kors is my favorite.
I know, right?
But so what's the process if someone brings in say I have a bin of clothes and I want to bring it into the store? What should you look for, take, not bring? What's the best ideas?
Well, we precisely go through each item. We have to make sure everything is free of stains, no holes, no rips, and everything needs to be freshly laundered. It also has to be ready to wear on the rack. So we look for those kind of things. We look for sizing, we look for the brands, and that's how we price our items. We enter into the computer system by the brand and the condition of the item.
So what's like good to bring? Shoes, anything? Like what's a not?
Shoes, accessories, jewelry, jackets. Yep, we take it all. We even take phone cases, iPhone cases.
I'm sorry, I dropped something. Oh my goodness. So while we are talking, I'm going to continue this conversation with Heather. We're going to have three girls Nikki, Sydney, and Juliana, and they are going to be modeling some clothes from Plato's Closet. So let's keep talking.
Okay.
The first model we have is Sydney, but as we talk, what's the best, what's the best, do we get money back for what we bring in?
Yep, you get money cash on the spot. And also, if you want to buy clothes after you sell them to us, we do give a discount. You save tax on what you trade in.
So, the second model, I'm sorry, I'm jumping back between two things. The second model we have is Nikki. And so, continuing our conversation.
I want to talk about Nikki's boots. They're Steve
please.
Madden,
Oh,
and they're
wow.
super cute. So we get things that are expensive, and we sell them for about 50 to 70% off.
Really? So, is there anything else on that outfit? I don't know if you could tell from sitting right here.
Yeah, the sweater is H&M.
Okay.
And the flannel she has under it is from Forever 21.
I love Forever 21. That's my favorite store. And now we're going to move to the third model. And the third model that I have is Juliana. So tell us a little bit about what Juliana is wearing.
Juliana is wearing Uggs from our store. We do get frequently a lot of Uggs in. And she's also wearing sunglasses. We have a sunglass store that we buy from, that we sell. They're really cheap for us too.
Okay.
And they're all trendy items.
Well, a lot of the outfits you just saw, they're all very fall forward.
Yeah.
So there's a variety of Plato's Closet where you can go and for different seasons, because the season change is a huge thing.
We sell all seasons, all year round.
Because I know that it's hard for me to go and see, oh, people are wearing this, I want to get it, but it's so expensive on top of buying different clothes for school and everything like that. So this is a great alternative for season changes. But
we also only take things that have been in the stores in the past year to year and a half. So everything
Okay.
you get at our store is really relevant and trendy current styles.
So everything is very current. The sunglasses, yes. If you watched the last show, you can tune in and find it in the archives. I talked a little bit about Mark, my friend Mark. He has a sunglass store in the Comac Jewelry Exchange. It's in the back. If you walk in, you go straight to the back, you will see exclusive eyewear. The sunglasses she has on is from Mark. I'm not sure what brand they are because I cannot see from here, but everything is really high-end. The prices are super great, so I would totally recommend you going down and checking him out. Well, Heather, just tell everybody where Plato's is located and hours. And
Plato's Closet is located at 6153 Jericho Turnpike in Comac, and we're open from 10 to 9 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 12 to 5.
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you,
I appreciate it. We're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! He's like, I don't. Power!
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
You're on.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Trending with Katie. I am with 2 new guests on the couch. I am with Heather from, what's your agency name again?
It's Angela from G&G.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
I am so sorry. I am so tired. This is the life of when you're 15 getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I am so sorry.
That's
I apologize.
okay.
So, Angela.
Yes.
Angela, we did this right. And Catherine Minette. So, Angela, tell me a little bit about your agency.
My agency is G&G Talent Management, and we're located in Holbrook, New York.
Okay.
And we are a full-service management company.
Do you tend more to acting? Is that where you, where most of your clientele comes
Yes,
into?
we do a lot of acting, TV, film, internet, web series, so it is mostly acting.
What do you look for in actors when they come in and try and, join your agency?
They need to be special. They have to be what I call a triple threat, where they can act and maybe dance and sing, because we do theater as well. So, but I don't necessarily work in the music industry. It's more for the singing and dancing would be for theater.
Okay.
But definitely, they have to have something different.
They have to have that X
That
factor,
X
as they
factor,
say.
absolutely.
What ages? Is it all ages?
I have from 5 to 100. If you're still acting and able to at 99, 100, sure, absolutely.
Are there any particular ways to get ready to audition? Do you have to read a script? Do you have to learn a scene?
I like my clients to have some acting classes. They should do a monologue or learn a scene from a film.
Any film?
Any film, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Well, since we're on the topic of film, Catherine,
Hello.
tell me a little bit about your web series.
Sure, I'm currently starring in a web series called The Invaders, Angie's Logs, and it's a sci-fi web series made for kids specifically. And what I love most about it is that it promotes finding the hero within each one of us. And since I'm an education major as well, I also think that teaching kids this message is so important.
Well, other than that, you do a lot of pageants, I remember.
I do.
I forgot what exact titles you hold.
I was Miss Long Island Teen 2012, and right now I'm Miss East Coast American Nation 2014, but I'm actually handing down that title on Saturday and getting right back to business. Sunday, I have a preliminary for Miss America.
Oh my goodness. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you'll do great. And also, you are a busy girl this week.
Yes.
You have Comic-Con.
I do. Our web series is going to be at Comic-Con. I'm so excited because I've actually never been to that event before.
I've been to Comic-Con.
Is
We
it
talked
fun?
a little bit about it last show. I'm not into sci-fi and action figures and all that, but my dad is, and I went with him just to be a supportive daughter, and it is so cool. I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was going to dread every moment of it, but seeing everybody dressed in in costumes, I'm looking at cameras, and all the different collectibles that people are selling.
Yeah, you know what I think is so interesting is the cosplaying factor in it.
Yeah, that's huge
Yes,
nowadays.
I'm so excited to see all the costumes. I've been trying to persuade some people, my family and my friends, to dress up as my character from the web series. So if you're going, Beth Adelman from The Invaders, and stop by booth 2567. We'd love to see you. We're going to be giving out so much free merchandise. We're going to have so many raffles, and we're taking emails, and we're going to premiere a new episode at Comic-Con.
So how can people see your web series? How can people, because I know this isn't the beginning. It started a while. How long ago did it start?
Well, I believe the web series started last year, and that's when I saw the audition for it, actually on stage 32, and about 500 girls auditioned for my role. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So I originally was chosen to send in a video audition because they liked my headshot, and I kept emailing them. I'm very persistent.
Well, that's what you have to be in this business.
Yes.
You have to follow through.
So I sent in a video audition, and after that, they chose their top 5 favorites to come to New York City and audition for the role, and I wound up booking the role, so I was so excited.
Wow. Well, I know there's another girl who plays you're a babysitter.
I'm a babysitter, yeah.
So explain a little bit about the whole storyline.
It's not a normal babysitting job. I come in thinking everything's going to be fine. I got this under control. I'm a professional babysitter. But what I don't know is that the little girl that I'm babysitting, Angie Martinez, is the hero of the world, and she fights aliens, and I get dragged along in a cardboard refrigerator box spaceship. And I'm just totally confused the entire time, but she saves me every time. So
Every time. Spoiler alert. Major spoiler alert. What's the best way to watch your series?
we're on YouTube. We also have our own website. You can go to theinvaderseries.com. And you can watch our series there too. We have a lot coming up. So.
Also, tell me a little bit about how people can get in touch with your studio, where it's located, your agency, where it's located.
Sure. I'm located in Holbrook. They can email gngtalent.com. It's GANDGtalent.com. or just send an email to ggtalent.com.
You're both on Facebook, correct?
I am
Yes,
on
we're on
Facebook.
Facebook, Twitter.
Everybody
Yes.
is on Facebook nowadays.
Yes.
Well, I thank you so much for being with me.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be right back.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind, and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
I'm Tommy Marr. I'm down in St. Bart's having a good time. A lot of people at this time, they like to go have a little cocktail. But you know what I do? I'm going to watch MadhouseTV.com. You got that right.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Everybody, welcome back. I had a quick costume change because we're going to be doing a couple boxing tutorials in a little bit, but I am here with Randy Forego on the couch, and we are Skyping in from LA. I am losing my... Oh no, we are Matt Forego and Randy... oh my goodness, I'm losing it. Rosenblum, I'm so sorry. I do not have my names memorized. Hi Matt, hi Randy, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's beautiful in Southern California, but it's always great to be with Trending with Katie.
I would rather be in LA. It is freezing here, absolutely freezing, and I am in a tank top. But
Yeah, it's about 80 degrees right now here. I'm in the San Fernando Valley. It is gorgeous.
So tell me, also Trending with Katie also has some bad news. We are talking about head injuries and trauma in sports, which is sadly trending right now. So tell me a little bit about that. What's going on?
Well, I think it came to the forefront a little bit last week when we realized that 3 high school football players around America had passed away from collisions on the football field. We had one in Alabama, one in North Carolina, and another one in New York. And it's head trauma, and it's something that we have to be concerned with, not only in high school football. We realize in the National Football League with the concussion problem and what's gone in the NFL lately with concussions and how they've looked at it as a major priority, and they should. We have to take a close look on how to, safeguard the welfare of our youth of America, because, at the professional ranks, it's a life choice, it's a business, and they're getting paid to play in a violent sport such as the National Football League. But the lower levels, youth football and high school football, you got to take all the precautionary measures possible.
I know, sadly, someone on Long Island just did pass away from a football trauma. I think I am correct. I read a little bit about it. I did my homework. What sports are more prone to trauma, head trauma, other than football, which I know is a leading sport?
The collision sports, and the first and foremost, and we just mentioned it, is football, and the violence of the National Football League or college football, and even today at the high school football level, you run into each other. You bring the other guy down. It's a forced sport where you try to be physical. And I know we're going to get into it a little bit later. Also, boxing is one that comes to the forefront with the dementia pugilistica, which is something we'll discuss when we get to my uncle who was a boxer. And in fact, I had a couple uncles who were boxers in my family. But it can happen in hockey, although they wear the helmets now. In the old days, they didn't have to. And even in soccer. But the two that come to the forefront are certainly boxing and football.
I know that helmets are made to protect people from getting concussions and serious head traumas, but I know there are also ways around it. I mean, people are still really getting serious head trauma even with all this protective gear.
Well, there's never a guarantee in anything. There are no guarantees in life, and there are no guarantees with equipment. But what we are doing is we're getting better equipment, and we're seeing, most of these companies realize that they have to, be safer with the equipment. And in fact, I talked to a high school football coach earlier this week, and he discussed with me, even in practice now, they have something that goes above the helmet that tries to safeguard his players. But it's an extra cost. And in some schools, cost is a major factor because the economics of it is not always that easy, even though it's about $10 to improve each helmet. But the schools are trying to do that, understanding what could realize the problems of some head injuries down the road. So they're doing a good job there. I think that's good that they're adding to their equipment. But there's paddings. There's paddings for different parts of the body to try to safeguard yourself. They've gotten much better. But there's not a perfect solution. I think the parents need to be smart. They have to understand if their child is not 100% healthy, they shouldn't practice. If the temperatures are very high and they're hot, sometimes we have that here in Southern California, that's a major issue. Now, the governing bodies of the different schools normally will sanction if it gets too warm. But you still got to be careful on what's too warm and what's not too warm to go out there and work hard in a 2 or 3 hour practice. The other thing I would solicit from the parents is to go out and get to know the coach that your son or daughter is playing for and try to find out how he feels about the concussion issue and where he stands. You don't want someone who's so hard-nosed and turns his back to it. I don't think there's very many people like that nowadays, but you want to have that familiarity with the coach and know that he is going to have your child in your best interest.
So I'm going to transition a little bit into boxing, and I also have Matt on the couch with me. So I'm going to ask him, is concussions a huge problem in boxing?
Well,
yes.
I can only relate to what my family members went through, and I would say it is. But again, that's a life choice. And if you want to make lots of money, and one of my uncles made 7 figures boxing, Slapsy Maxie, it's a life choice. And his life was shortchanged, I believe, from boxing. He fought nearly 400 fights when you count the amateurs and 300 professional fights. And even though he was a great fighter and considered one of the great defensive fighters in the history of the boxing fraternity, he still had that many fights, and you're going to take some blows. And the cumulative effect over many, many years obviously took its toll. So he didn't make it quite to 70. And it was a brain disease that finally took him out, and they rang the 10 bells for him, was what they do in boxing when you pass away. So, but again, that's a life choice, and you know going in that if you're going to be a professional boxer, you're going to take some blows. I would say the one good thing about today's boxer opposed to the boxers when my uncle was fighting in the 20s, 30s, and 40s is they're not fighting as many bouts. I mean, an active fighter today might fight 30, 40, 50, 60 times in a career. In the 20s, 30s, and 40s, they were fighting into the hundreds, 200s, and some of them, like my uncle, were near 300. So that's ridiculous. So, yeah, they are toning it down a little bit. At the amateur level in boxing, they do have the headgear, but we're never going to see that, I think, at the professional ranks. It's just an occupational hazard.
All right, Randy, thank you so much for Skyping in with us. We're going to move now to Matt to tell us a little bit more about boxing. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
All right, my pleasure.
And I hope you have a great day in beautiful California. It's obviously night. I don't know, it's a couple hours behind.
I will have a great day, and how could I not? I've just trended with you. It's always nice to trend with Katie.
Well, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Matt, we are with you on the couch. So with the theme of boxing, tell me a little bit about, it's made for self-defense also, other than just fighting in rings, because I know a lot of my friends take boxing and they use it for self-defense. Is that a good reason to take boxing?
Well, boxing, boxing in the gym and not actually making full contact to the head is great sport, it's a great conditioner. Does it teach you self-defense? Probably not, because somebody perpetrator that's, trying to attack you is not going to come at you as a boxer.
Yeah.
So as far as the self-defense sport goes, I don't think it has that much value. I think it's a great conditioner. I'm not a big advocate about getting hit in the head, and I think even professional fighters need to minimize not only the fights, but the sparring sessions. And that's where a lot of the damage is done, by the repetitive punches to the head during practice.
Because that can really, as the movie Rocky will show you, I've seen that movie multiple times, you can see how you are affected long term by all these fights that keep going. And I have a friend who boxes, and he keeps getting hurt, and I'll say to him, you need to be careful. You need to, you need to give yourself time before you go back into the ring.
True.
You need time to recover. You need time to build back the stamina that you lost. And what's your advice to young boxers?
To young boxers, I personally am not a big advocate for a young boxer to get hit in the head.
Yeah,
and
it's
what
hard when you're young because you're so young.
your brain is growing.
Exactly.
Your brain is growing. So for anybody to be under 17 years old and actually be in the gym sparring, I think is totally wrong.
Yeah.
And I think a child will grow from 17 to 18 as quick as a guy that grows from 11 to 18. In that 1 year of training, he'll grow the same as 8 years of getting hit in the head. So I'm not a big advocate of kids' gloves and golden gloves at a young age. And I think that I am very happy with all the awareness that's being brought on to head trauma, because the boxers have always suffered it. I mean, everybody grew up with the days where leave the guy in the corner, he's a little bit punchy, he was a boxer, leave him in the corner. Well, those days are not acceptable anymore, and now we have to deal with these guys that are suffering.
Do you own a boxing? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm losing it.
Yeah.
What are some? I have my boxing gloves with me.
Okay.
These are my. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. I'm so sorry. But we will pull through, and I will have my boxing gloves. My brother used to box. He gave me these. They're kind of big. So how do I even put these on? I don't know. So
These are more sparring gloves,
All right.
but you would actually, your hands would be wrapped, and you would put them on.
Oh my goodness, I can't even take off the Velcro. All right, so these go on. You have different gloves than I do.
I do. I have actual fight gloves and that sparring practice
I'll
gloves.
put one on so I can actually move my hand.
You can see the difference. I'll give you two lefties between a fight glove and a
These
between
are
a fight glove
Velcro.
and a sparring glove.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, sparring is practice, so they're not.
More of the hitting the.
Yeah, they're not looking at doing the damage. They're not looking to cut anybody or really knock anybody out. So it's more of a puffer. This is a fight glove, and this is made to give you the best chance at knocking your opponent out.
So there's a difference between conditioning yourself when using boxing and actually making it a sport where you go in and you have matches and you fight people.
Right,
and
right. Well, boxing is a conditioning sport, but it's also, box aerobics came along, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago when everybody
box
caught on.
aerobics?
Box aerobics is like jazzercise, except you do your boxing routine.
It's
You
like
just don't
one,
make
two.
Exactly. You don't get hit to the head. So that was great. But true boxing, it's a tough time because, the goal of a fighter is to knock the other fighter out and to, cause a concussion. That's really your ultimate goal, is to win the fight by doing that. And unfortunately, the side effects are everlasting, and there's a lot of attention on it right now.
And it's hard when you get concussions over and over and over again because soon enough you're going to have to stop. It's not healthy because I know people who play sports where if you get a concussion 7 or 8 times, which is not good, then they tell you to put the sport down, which is sad.
That is true. Difference is nobody watching the boxers because there is no ultimate sanctioning body that actually watches the fighters, where the NFL has the commission, the NBA, and so. Boxing really doesn't have it.
All right. Before we wrap it up, we're going to have a little tutorial. I'm going to try and box. I probably can't do that. I'm not that great, but I will try my best. So what's the right form? Am I going to come at you this way?
Are we allowed to stand, or do we want to stand?
No, we have to sit down or else our heads will be cut off from the cameras. We will scar many children. And that's not my intention on trending with Katie. So show me what I should
Well,
do.
basically, listen, the most important thing,
put my other glove on.
about boxing is not so much the punching, but it's basically the swivel of the hips. And if
Okay.
you think about it, that's where the power comes. That's where the Mike Tyson power came from. It came from his legs, from his buttocks, and not so much from his hands.
So it's a lot of lower body strength.
No, it's a lot of middle body strength. So it's a lot of twisting and
Control.
Control, but it comes from the body twisting.
Okay.
It's not an arm punch, it's a body punch. And
Yeah,
we're getting closer. I
Yes.
hope we're not going to hit each other, but
Yes.
but obviously your defense would be your hands would be up, which is going to minimize the target that I can hit you at, and
You're just gonna
that's boxing.
You're just gonna protect wherever your opponent is coming at you, correct?
Yes.
So you need to also know your opponent's moves, like before it comes. Like, you need to anticipate.
Nowadays it's a lot easier because most fights are on TV, so you can get, previews of who you're going to fight. In the old days, there wasn't. So
You
you
can see
kind of,
technique
you're
and-
right. You got about 30 seconds of the first minute
size up,
to
yeah.
size up and figure out what's going to happen. But basically, that's boxing in a nutshell.
Well, thank you so much for being on this show. I know I've been all over the place, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm just very tired, as I said. But we are not going to talk about that. We are going to cut right to commercial. The boys are going to take us out, and we'll be right back.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Ou aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Birds flying high. You know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Dragonflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling Well, thank you everybody so much for watching Trending with Katie. I want to thank all my guests tonight, Catherine, Matt, Randy, and Angela. Tune in and watch all our shows to see more Trending with Katie. Goodbye.